Hello everybody, how you guys are doing? I hope you all are doing great. Welcome back to Code Bunny. So today in this video we are going to discuss about content delivery network. What is CDN? And first of all we will discuss why do we need CDN and what exactly CDN is, how it actually works, right? And then we are going to discuss about the benefits of the CDN and the use cases. After that, what are the major CDN providers, what are the popular CDN providers? We are going to discuss that. After that we are going to discuss the blob storage along with examples. First of all, let's discuss why do we need CDN, what is the use case that we require a CDN, right? So imagine that you have built an app that serves video content, right? Your app is serving video content to millions of users. So you are using that app worldwide, and to keep the things simple, what you are doing is you host all your videos in one geographical location, right? In one geographical location means suppose you are in India and you are keeping things simple and you are just hosting your app in India itself. At the first time, everything seems to work fine, but the users which are located near to the server, the users which are actually located near to the server face low latency, there is very low delay, and there is fast streaming, right, to the video server. But the user who is far from the server, suppose this user is in USA, right? So this user is in actually USA and he suffers high latency, or we can say suffers high delay and slow streaming. If there is high delay means so slow streaming, right? So this is the issue that users in distant regions faces latency, significant latency. They have slow load times and frustrating buffering issues, right? So the farther they are from the server, the longer it takes for the data to travel across the network, and this degraded their experience. That is why we need a CDN. So to fix this issue, we need the content physically closer to the user, right? Suppose this video server is far away from this user, but it is close to this user. So what we have to do is we have to bring this server close to this user as well. Like suppose placing it somewhere like this is close to this user as well. This is how we are going to reduce the distance, that the data traveling requires less distance to be traveled. So we need a CDN. Now let's discuss what is CDN. So suppose this is representing a user. This is a user, right? And this is the original server. This is the origin server, we can say. Origin server is one, or there can be multiple possible origin server based upon the backup and the cost. So this is actual CDN. So you have this CDN, right? So a CDN is basically a geographically distributed, like it is geographically distributed. It is distributed here as well based upon the location of the users, where our users are target audience. So we are distributing the CDN. This is also a CDN, right? And this is also a CDN. So what happens is it is geographically distributed, and these work together. These are interconnected to each other to deliver the web content, including like your HTML pages, JavaScript files, and like you have style sheets, images, and videos. Okay. So to all the users based on their geographic location. Suppose this CDN is in India, and you are a user who is actually requesting from India itself. So this is much closer to you, right? And this CDN is in close to those users which are geographically located here. That is why we are using the CDN. So the primary purpose is like CDN is to deliver the content to end user with high availability. These are very important. High availability, right? And also performance matters here. So performance. That is why we are using CDN. We are reducing the latency and providing high availability to the user. So when a user requests content from a website, right? Suppose you are going to a website, let's say www.amazon.com, right? So when you are placing a request to a website, right? So that CDN redirects the request to the nearest server in its network. Suppose you are in India, so your nearest request will go, suppose you are in Delhi, okay, for example, and your nearest request will go to a server located in Noida. This is how it actually works. It goes to the CDN which is located in Noida. Okay. Then the request will actually reach to the actual server. Okay. So this is how it is reducing the latency and it is increasing the performance and availability. Now let's discuss how does a CDN actually works, right? We have discussed about the surface level of CDN, what it actually is, but how it actually works. We don't know about the components of CDN. So here is the first component of the CDN, which is edge server. Okay, this is a CDN edge server. What is the edge server? It is located at the point of presence location. So remember this word, point of presence. This represents point of presence. Location. Always remember this is location. Okay. So it is located at the point of presence location. These server cache, okay, and deliver the content closer to the user. What this server is doing is it is acting as a cache. Okay. It is actually fetching the information from the original server. It is keeping that information inside its storage. Okay. And then when there is a cache hit, means the user is requesting for the content which is present in the CDN. So the user will first go to the CDN instead of the origin server. Okay. This is how we are reducing the delay. Okay. So first the DNS query works, then DNS resolver gives the IP address. Okay. Based on the IP address, you are actually connecting with the CDN. Okay. And then CDN is going to fetch origin server if there is a cache miss. Suppose there is a cache miss, so the user is going to fetch from the origin server itself. But if there is a cache hit, then the user is going to get the data from the CDN edge server itself. Suppose you are in Noida, right? So you are a user who is requesting from Noida. Okay, and then this request, if there is a cache hit, this request will go to the server located in Noida itself, right? But if there is a cache miss, then the request will go to the origin server. Origin server, let's say it is based in USA. It is located in USA, for example. So here the origin server is the primary server where the original content is stored. Let's go to the next slide. So here we have the origin server. Origin server is the primary server where the original content is stored, and you have DNS, right? Domain name system. It directs the user to the nearest edge server instead of the origin server. So the main thing is it is providing us an IP address so that user will locate to the CDN instead of origin server. Okay. So by leveraging the edge server distributed across multiple geographical regions, CDN is minimizing the latency and accelerating the content delivery. For example, you are using WhatsApp. You are uploading images, sending images. User A to B. Suppose A is sending an image to B. It is actually doing with the help of a CDN. How do you fastly send those messages, emails, not emails. You are actually sending the images, right? So images and videos, how you are doing efficiently? You are doing with the help of CDN itself. Again, let's look at the working architecture stepwise. So step number 1 is you have the user, right? So what user is doing? User is visiting any kind of website and request a content, right? Such as you have image, a web page or a video, right? So this request must be resolved to a server that can serve the content. Okay. So first it goes to the DNS resolver. It passes a DNS query. This is the second step. And it goes to the DNS resolver, and DNS resolver provides the IP address, right? Like we have seen in the previous lectures. What is the work of DNS? You give a domain name, and DNS resolver or DNS server is going to provide you the relative IP address of that location where you are sending the request. Okay. So DNS provides the IP address and resolves the issue. So here, if there is a cache hit, right, the data which we are requesting is present, the user goes to the CDN edge server. If there is a cache miss, the user goes to the origin server, right? So this is how it happens. The CDN is actually doing cache. So with the help of cache, user is frequently able to access the content with less delay and high availability. Now let's discuss about the benefits of using a CDN. What are the benefits? So the first benefit is it has faster load time. So the first benefit is faster load times. What does it mean? What do I conclude with this? By serving the content from the nearest edge server, the CDN reduces the latency and it is also improving the page load speed. That is why it is called as faster load time. Okay. The second benefit is you are actually reduce the server load. You actually reduce the server load, right? So instead of using one origin server, I am using multiple CDN. I am using multiple CDN, right? Here I am using multiple CDN. What this is doing, this is reducing the load on the server, right? And then the third is improved availability and reliability. So here, let me write this: improved availability and reliability. Okay, I hope these points are clear. And then we have scalability. It is also making us efficient in scalability because CDN can handle the traffic spikes more efficiently when you are doing traditional hosting and making them idle for website with fluctuating traffic. Okay, so when there is fluctuating traffic, you are doing scalability as well, and you are doing global reach as well. With the help of CDN, you are able to you are able to relocate or send your content throughout the globe. Like you are actually having your services or major servers in USA, but you are able to provide services in Brazil, South Africa, India, China, everywhere in the globe, right? So this is how it actually works. And then at last we have enhanced security. What does it mean by enhanced security? It means that when many CDN offer DDoS protection, right? So DDoS, what does it mean by DDoS? DDoS is a denial of service attack. Okay, so they are actually providing us a protection from those attacks. Web application firewall, it is providing us DDoS. While CDN offers you so many benefits, but it also offers you increased complexity and increased cost. So it is a drawback. It is increasing the complexity because we are using multiple CDN and they are interrelated to each other, means they are interconnected over the internet, and it is also increasing the cost. So these both also increases complexity and the cost. These are the drawbacks. Now let's discuss about the use cases of CDN. So the first use case of CDN is it is accelerating the website performance. So it is accelerating the website performance. Okay. And here the up symbol means it is accelerating the website performance. So website like with global traffic uses the CDN to ensure fast payloads and for users regardless of the location, right? And CDN caches static assets like you have images, you have CSS, you have JavaScript. These are the static assets, and these are to be required at the edge servers, right? To reduce the time required to fetch them from the origin. Instead of fetching from the origin server, we are actually storing it on the server, or we can say the browser itself. Okay, and this is how we are using CDN here. We use it in video streaming as well. We are using in video streaming and OTT platforms, right? We are using in video streaming and OTT platforms as well. How we are using in video streaming and OTT platforms? CDN optimizes the video content delivery by caching all the video files closer to the user, right? And minimizing the buffering and latency. It also supports adaptive bitrate streaming. We can say it also supports adaptive bitrate streaming, okay, to serve the video based on the user's internet speed. For example, you have Netflix, right? You have YouTube and Spotify. These all uses CDN to serve videos and music in the real time to the user, right? So you use YouTube and you have Spotify. These are actually using CDN to serve in faster way. And the third advantage, or we can say use case of CDN, is online gaming. Online gaming, live streaming. So you do online gaming, right? Multiplayer, there are multiplayers who used to play online games. These require low latency, right? So content delivery is used to ensure a smooth gaming experience, and CDN helps distribute game updates, patches, and downloadable content faster. Okay, and one more use case is, we can say, it is used in content and media distribution. So CDN is also used in content and media distribution, like you have news websites and content platforms which deliver images, articles and videos through a CDN. These are helpful for managing the large traffic spikes, especially when there is a high TRP, right? So it is valuable in that scenario. And then it is also used in software distribution, as well. And all the updates regarding software, right? New versions launching, etc. So operating system and software vendors actually use the CDN to distribute large files, updates and patches. Okay, and it is also accelerating the distribution of software updates and application worldwide. And for example, we have Microsoft, Apple, Google. These all uses the CDN for distributing the Windows updates, Mac operating system updates, and you have Android app downloads, right? So this is helpful in that as well. Now let's discuss about the popular CDN providers. So Akamai is one of the oldest and largest CDN provider. It is known for extensive global network and robust security features. We have Fastly. Fastly is known for its real-time content and delivery, and it is used in edge computing capabilities. Then we have Cloudflare. Cloudflare offers a comprehensive suite of performance and security services, like including a free tier for small websites. And we have Amazon CloudFront. It is integrated with the help of Amazon Web Services. So it provides seamless scalability and extensive integration with the AWS services. And then we have Google Cloud. So Google Cloud CDN leverages the Google's global network infrastructure. It ensures high performance and low latency. And the rest is like, we also have Azure CDN. So we also use Azure CDN, Microsoft Azure CDN. What it do is, it is designed for applications which are actually hosted on Microsoft Azure. It provides seamless integration with the other Azure services. Now, the most important point is, how do I choose which CDN is right for me, which CDN is good fit for me? So selecting the best CDN depends on your use case. It completely depends upon your budget, and it completely depends upon the platform integration requirements, right? So Cloudflare and Fastly, these both are great for performance and security, while CloudFront is good for CloudFront, and you have Google Cloud CDN and Azure CDN. These all offer seamless cloud integration, whereas Akamai is best suited for high scale enterprise applications, like which require a robust global network. This is what the benefit is. Now let's discuss about the blob storage. What is blob storage? So most of the modern applications doesn't store the text records, right? They also need to handle images, videos, and PDFs as well as large files. So there is a problem in traditional databases. Traditional databases are not designed to store large unstructured file efficiently. So we are using blob storage here. Why do we use blob storage? Blob storage, like you have Amazon S3, right? You have Amazon S3, and we are having multiple services as well. Let's take example of Amazon S3. It is a highly scalable and cost effective way to store the large unstructured file. Large unstructured file. Right, so it is a very useful for storing the large unstructured file. So we are using Amazon S3. Blobs are the individual files, like you have images, you have videos, you have documents. These are the individual files, right? So these blobs are stored inside logical containers or buckets. You actually have a logical container like this. Suppose this is a logical container, and suppose you are storing image or you are storing any other object. This is another object. Suppose this is an image, okay, and this is a video, and suppose this is a document, okay. So you are actually storing in the form of different objects, right? You are storing in a logical form. This is a logical container, or we can say a bucket in the cloud. It is actually working on cloud, okay? Remember this word, it is working on cloud. So each file gets a unique URL. Every file has a unique URL here, okay? It has URL, it also has a unique URL. Suppose this has URL 1, this has 2, and this has URL 3, okay? Each file has a unique URL, which makes it easy to retrieve and serve over the web. So what are the advantages of blob storage? Now let's discuss about the advantages. There are several advantages. First is scalability. Scalability is one of the most important advantage, and it has pay-as-you-go pricing. Pay-as-you-go pricing. Pay-as-you-go pricing. Okay. What does it mean by pay-as-you-go price? Like you only pay for storage and retrieval that you actually use, okay? And if what services you are not using, you are not actually paying for that. You are using a specific service and you are paying for that. And you have automatic replication. It provides auto replica, okay? It provides us auto replications as well. And it is also easily accessible. Easy access. So these are the advantages of blob storage. I hope you like this video, and do mention in the comment section whatever your question is regarding the content and regarding the today's topic. So do mention in the comment section, and do like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. Do share. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye. Thank you.